days, and it rained a holy place. It started raining, and it rained for 7 days. And it rained for 7 days when I saw everything, which was perfect for me. What do you mean you saw everything? What do you mean? I mean what I'm saying right now, all of this, how I saw all this. You know, I do my vision quests and stuff, you know? Okay. Well, I fell in a trance, and I didn't know I was in a trance until afterwards. But a spirit was standing over my shoulder, and I was holding my guitar. I guess I thought it was asleep, but I wasn't asleep, it was a trance. Okay. Well, you know, you don't know that stuff till afterwards. But I was sitting in the chair, and I had my guitar in my lap, and I had no idea what I was doing with it. The spirit stood over my shoulder, and he pointed at one note on the guitar, and he said, when things got really bad, I wanted to play this note. And he plucked that string, holding that string, the way he did. And I heard the entire song that he wanted me to hear in my head immediately. But I hadn't played it yet, you know, so I had to play the song. So the spirit told you a song about Satan? Yeah. Back in them days, man, I'll tell you what, them people, they were pretty good. And then the liars came. Man, I'll tell you what, I'm fucking 11,000 years old, man. I've known Satan for 45,000 years. I'm not even from here. But Eden was pretty good, I gotta tell you. Man, it was good. Yeah, well, the story starts with actually Satan, and nobody really knows him like we do. When I say that, I mean the original peoples, you know. But the thing about Satan was, Satan would turn somebody who could be a liar into a liar, like immediately. But we didn't really know what liars were, you know. We just didn't. We spoke Aramaic. Nowadays, we speak that English. Now, this may sound counterintuitive, but since I'm 11,000 years old, I can fucking tell you, you know, 45,000 years ago, I fucking spoke Aramaic. That's the smart language, you know. But when shit happens, you gotta fucking speak English, you know, so you sound stupid. And that's important, actually. It helps you actually do the law, believe it or not. Yeah. But anyway, so there's these two liars, okay? One named Greg. Yeah, that was his name. The other one was Betty. She was female, right? Now, Betty was cool, but Betty was kind of a, you know, a little bit of a prude. No, I'm just kidding. She was a slut. I'm just kidding, man. Yeah, she was a total slut. But, yeah, everybody got it. But, you know, it's gross, too, because, like, back then, man, you know, you don't want to do that shit. Like, you know, adultery is fucking gross, you know. Like, not just the fact that you will die from that shit, but, like, you know, you can't trust somebody who fucking is doing some shit with you that's wrong, you know. Well, back then it was easy. In Aramaic, there was only one word for that, and what I just said was evasive to make it express what it is in English. So it was like an extra 7 words, but it just means stupid, really. Yeah, but that's what we did, and yeah, it sucked. Yeah, God didn't like that shit, especially because we were fucking stupid for that shit, and I just all went crazy there. You know, Betty was a really actually a beautiful human being, though. Like, I don't judge her or anything for what she did, except for to say, I ain't fucking touching you, man. Like, why would I do that? You know, I'd rather fucking, I live 1,000 years, man. I'd fucking wait 900 years to fucking have an honest conversation with somebody. Shit, you know, I don't like what's going on around here. That's how a lot of us felt. see your face, when they're lying to you because they're focusing on lying. So they just teach you how to catch them. It's so crazy because, like, we co-evolved this species of liars, Yep, they were a species, man. They were that's a fact. They were a separated group, but that's why. It's a logic thing. Everything in the universe is just logic and geometry. It's the same shit. It's all logic. All you gotta do is make sense. It's not that hard, actually. But that was easy for us to say back then. Anyway, let's get back to Betty, okay? Because there's some weird shit that happened with her and this chick named Eve. Now, I heard Eve was perfect, okay? But that's a big fucking place, man. I didn't go around talking to everybody, so I just know what Betty told me, alright? So, there you go. Like, whatever, who cares? This is the best I can do. Shit, I've been around, so... Anyway, so I guess Lucifer would take people who were about to turn into liars and turn them into liars, Because Lucifer was all about, honestly, like, he was about honesty, But the thing about being about honesty is you better be real, You can't fuck with a dude like that because he will fuck you up, And we actually all fucking loved him. The dude never stopped joking. Like we always knew what the fuck was going on. Back then, the covenant was simple too, because every one of us knew what the fuck it was, because we actually held it. That's why nothing went wrong, because we just did what was right. It was easy too, because all you gotta do is right. It's like, all right, I'll leave a basket today. All right, let's go talk. We do that for 16 hours, Yeah, we were friends with this tribe that had been around in an infinite number of years called the Piton. These dudes were cool, man. And they weren't from this planet either. Anyway, my guys didn't know that. I didn't care, We just like to talk, get married, whatever. Every now and then something weird would happen. We loved that shit. It was really easy though. But anyway, so Betty, right? Betty tells me one day, she says, hey man, nobody wants to have sex with me anymore. And I said, well, Betty, man, you really fucking tore it up, This is a weird thing you're doing. And she started telling me, like, Eve's into this dude, called Adam, right? And she said, they're talking about getting ascended or something. Why? Because they're so fucking good. I was like, well, I know a thing or two about the lie when it comes to that talk. Now, look, a lot of people don't understand what arrogance is, okay? That's a fact. Well, look, I'm just saying, alright? This is me talking. Anyway, so, yeah, I feel bad for saying that. That's how we were, too, by the way. We didn't like saying fucked up shit, so when we said fucked up shit, we would immediately let everybody know that we knew we were actually saying some fucked up shit instead of just, pretending and gaslighting people's empathy by pretending, that they understood shit they didn't. You know what I mean? I don't know. Anyway, so Betty, she tells me, man, nobody wants to have sex with me no more. I said, Betty, man, like the fucking it's pretty fucking clear, man. You know what the law is, right? And she, I swear, man, I swear. This is a new thing for bad. Back then things were pretty good, It's too good. Well, it was the way it should have been, actually. But that was a long time ago. It's easy to forget sometimes. I mean, I've been around the whole time. I can tell you these stories, but I'll tell you right now, it was a qualitatively different experience emotionally to be there and socially. But it's easy to forget, man. I live in this place, man. I eat at McDonald's every fucking day now. Stupid. I'm a moron, okay? So anyway, look. They tell me that crazy ass shit. I said, the law, it fucking says that shit, right? What you're doing and all the things that are happening to you, right? And she goes, what the fuck is the law? I was like, oh, motherfucker, we're all gonna die, man, because this bitch has no fucking common sense at all. It sucks. Because all the law is make sense. It's just consistency, that's all it is. If you are gonna do something right, man, you better be a fucking angel. I'm just saying about how you do it. Oh, by the way, I'm sorry, I speak English, it makes it that language. We had to get rid of that, actually. It was a very, very vulnerable thing about us. Because the thing is, what sucks about Aramaic is it's really, really fucking honest. You know, you sound stupid if you lie. You kind of lie in Aramaic. It sounds real fucking stupid, you know. And, you know, the people that you know are going to fall apart are the ones that are like, you know, we should make a new language. You're like, why? It doesn't make any sense. You know, and then we tell them about the law, too. And those would be the niggas that would always say, what you talking about, Willis? You know, I'd be like, dude, this is bad, man. So, anyway, about Betty. Betty tells me that shit's crazy. She don't know what the law is. I said, you don't have no friends been around long you that can tell you about the law. I mean, you've been here about as long as me, bitch. Like, what the fuck is going on right now? You know, back in the day, too, when we talk like that, things were really, really good. So, people weren't sensitive to stupid shit, okay? But, evil shit sneaks up on you, you know? And then all of a sudden, it's almost as if the shit you said that everybody knew we were really just playing, but that's when we loved each other, you know? That you weren't playing, you know? And then that sensitivity never actually went away for the human species from there. That was the end of that. Like, people could say they like to fuck around. I talk like the whole world because I don't fuck with these people, man. This shit's fucking crazy. You know, you're gonna build your building higher. You think you can get it higher? You know, what happens? Just think it's so dumb, man. We never did none of that shit. It's totally unnecessary. Why you build shit? Man, you know what me and my wife are gonna do today? Nothing. We made our baskets, man. We're gonna have sex all day long and love each other deeply. Yeah, we're gonna talk honestly about our feelings and try to understand ourselves. You go do whatever the fuck you want, you know, because there's a mountain right there. And if I get bored, you know, we're gonna go up there. We're gonna have a beautiful day. Yeah, what the fuck? I don't know how that sounds to you guys, but it was pretty good, I'm just saying. Anyway, so she tells me about her friend, Eve, you know. I'm like, okay, well, who's this? She's fucking been around. Like, fucking, I think she's one of the first. I think she is the first, you know. Whatever. I think she's the first covenant elder. Oh, by the way, there's gravity to that. Oh, yeah, well, yeah, I should be. Well, I should be careful what I say. I don't remember everything. So, all I can do is just say the rest of my story. I kind of feel guilty all of a sudden. So, yeah, she was. But I thought, okay, well, you know what? I've never met your friend Eve. Let me talk to her. You know, I want to go hang out. Now, look, listen, I know how you fucking sick fucks are today, but back then that did not mean shit. Like, you weren't so starved for female companionship because they're fucking surrounded by naked women, not every day, so that's stupid. You know, so no, I just wanted to meet her. I was like, whoa, yeah, she's the first fucking covenant elder. I've been fucking know a lot, man. I want to go check her out. So I go and I meet her, and he is fucking bad, you know. But there's this, like, 17-foot tall fucking red demon always with her, you know. And they're, like, arguing and fighting and joking all the time, you know. I'm like, uh-oh. I think that might be bad. You know what I mean? Because we were naive because we didn't see anything bad, you know. We're kind of naive. But look, there's gravity to being wrong when you know you're right, actually. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah, by the way, we all said actually, but in Aramaic it was wow. So you don't say that now because it sounds dumb. So now we say actually, so we sound like humans like you guys. But I don't know, for some reason you guys just think it's funny. I think it's so dumb. I started doing it, you know. I was like, let's just do it, fuck it, you know. I started saying all kinds of words that you fucking ghetto motherfuckers say and shit. They all like it, and I'm like, cool, whatever. I speak all your fucking gibberish languages. That's cool. I just don't speak Aramaic no more because I forgot it. I haven't met an honest motherfucker in fucking 10,000 years, you know. Anyway, so I meet this new chick, and she starts proposing all these fucking philosophical fucking questions to me. And I'm like, woman, I'm sorry. I knew you were the first covenant elder. I knew you were bad. I thought you would be bad, but you're scared the fucking shit out of me, okay? Because I'm a simple man. I gotta go. So, anyway, I don't know what happened, but later on I met Lucifer, okay? And he was a bad fucking dude. I mean, no, look. Let me tell you something, okay? Motherfuckers lying about that dude all the time. And I don't give a fuck what you think happened there. I don't, okay? Because I was there. That dude was pretty fucking cool. Like, that's just my opinion, man, but Nah, man, some complicated shit went down, right? Now, I was there, by the way, and this did happen. And I do know this because this is how everything got fucked up. Like I said, they're fucking with each other all the time. And it's not weird. It's not. It is about the truth between those two, actually. But he is fucking so fucking stupidly smart. And in Aramaic, there's a word for that, but you can't say it because it's real. You're not allowed to say real shit. Not today. Anyway, yeah, there's a word for what he was. There's no word for it today. That the humans today, when that motherfucker shows up, they don't know what the fuck's going on. I see him like, what's up, Lucifer? You know, he's like, hey, bro, and he'll do it right in front of anybody. He don't give a fuck, you know. He'll be like a 14-foot tall demon or a 17-foot. By the way, Lucifer is all about honesty and consistency because he's a fucking law, you know. Motherfuckers don't know what enforcement means. It means he will tear evil out of you and fucking destroy your life just by telling you the truth, man. Like, that's how fucking bad that dude is. And it's funny because he will do that and you will not understand it if you're a liar. If you're an honest man, you just talk directly to him and he's like, fuck yeah, you know, I love that guy. Anyway, yeah, he might have fucked us all. I don't know. I don't really think so. He was too smart. She was smart, but she was arrogant. The thing is the females are under a different thing than us. Okay? So when they interact, he can't really go all the way, and I don't mean it in a weird way, but he has this thing he does. When he really likes you and he knows you're a good person, he'll take you into the wilderness and you go along with him. And basically, he fucking rips all your pretense out of you. Yeah, he makes you really fucking honest. I love that, by the way, about him. He did that to me, and man, I'll tell you what, he's not allowed to do that to her, and so he did not. And he said something about, I know in the Bible they say, he said, surely he didn't say, you know, you could, but look, fuck you guys, man, this shit's not in English. The shit didn't even happen in Hebrew. You guys don't know what the fuck you're talking about, you know, so I don't care. But anyway, no, that's not what happened. Look, it is almost exactly what happened, but not in that fucking language. But the fucking reality of what occurred is way weirder, okay? And I don't understand this shit. But he said to her, because he's basically doing what he did to me in real life, and you actually shouldn't do that in a way. But it's honest, so I don't know about that. He's the law. He knows what the fuck he's doing even when he don't know what he's doing. And that's actually the thing that he hates the most about life. And that dude's infinitely old. And he's happy. It's weird. He's a great guy. Anyway, yeah, but he says some crazy shit. One of his favorite things. He said this the whole time. I've known him too. He said, you people like to play word games. You do not understand. I love that shit. I was like, that's right, fucking cowboy for fucking 10,000 years in the future. You know, that dude's bad. Anyway, he has what's a temporal linear parallel understanding, which is almost unique to him. He's got a couple friends that do it, like Death has that. Because Death has to be able to sweep across the universe instantly and back, you know, because he's busy. Anyway, sorry, tangent. Yeah, but he's a bad dude. So anyway, he goes, no, he didn't say you can't eat off the tree. Now, I know him. Okay? I know exactly what the fuck he did right there, okay? But she did not understand what was going on. And that bitch did not know the fucking law. That first, I'm sorry, I don't mean it. That sounds very modern. I'm not like you people, just so you know. Sorry, I didn't mean to sound hateful. But I love Eve. She was a great human being, man. But she fucked up in a serious fucking way. God said, don't do that. Like, man, when you only got one rule to follow, I don't give a fuck how smart you think you are. And she was definitely one of the smartest people there. You just need to fucking follow the rule, man. I mean, look, first of all, another thing. There is now fucking celestial fucking beings from this place that have been around for thousands of years. They ascend, they go all this shit, you know. You're kind of not supposed to say that. But anyway, I don't care. I mean, yeah, you know. This is just for you anyway. But yeah. So, yeah, she wasn't trying to do all that. She was just trying to be impressive there about the law. I was like, man, that dude flies across the universe and fucking fucks with the brains of fucking, like, you know, other species and shit. Don't fuck with him. You know, you try to play a word game with that dude's fucking infinitely old. It was just arrogant what she did. But so what? That's not the worst part at all. What she did was worse when she handed the shit to Adam as if it was okay. Yeah, because he didn't actually know what happened. So what happened was a chain of causation of increasing unknown for a law, only one law that you cannot break. There's a good reason for that. We don't know exactly what that is because the Lord is fucking huge. And I can say that because I kind of know him a little bit, okay? And when you get in know that experience, even a little tiny bit, you're like, all right, I'm done arguing. Okay, you're a bad dude. And it's over. I'll argue with Lucifer. I ain't fucking talking to God unless I know what the fuck I'm saying, period, you know? And it's just a matter of principle, man. You know, you got morals that are consistent. You don't gotta worry about that. Yeah, that's how it is. But anyway, that shit went down and we had to get the fuck out of there, man. Well, we did know a lot of tricks about how to survive. But the storm came. Yeah. It's a sad thing, man. It's the saddest thing I know. Saddest thing I know. When they say that that's an allegory, yeah, it kind of is. Kind of. You know, that's how it works, you know. You gotta write weird back then. Because you don't know who the fuck's reading your traditions. There's a good reason for that. I mean, if people have some kind of... First of all, you can say you're a law all you want. There was no law on the other side of that ice age, okay? So when you came out the other side of that, you better start civilization quick or you're dead. The whole species is dead. And there were some hot stakes and not good people that knew what the fuck stakes were, you know? They figured that out by fucking enslaving people. They would make people work for them. That's how they got so fucking innovative. That shit's fucked up, man. Just saying. You get a guy, and he's so used to fucking, like, you know, bullying dumbasses, you know? Because they're dumb at that point. That was one of the dumbest parts of your guys' history. I'm not from here. But anyway, but I was cool with God. This is my place. I live here on earth. I ain't going nowhere else. That is the true God. I ain't fucking with no. You know? Why would I go anywhere else? I don't even fuck with these people, and I'm happy. You know? They're having a problem. That's all. Yeah, but anyway, we came out the other end of that, and it was sad. So we knew a few tricks about survival. We came out the ice age there, but you know, one of the main tricks about survival is you have to actually find a sanctified ground, and you got to make penitence to your Lord. Long story short, he gives us the Ark of the Covenant, gives us the mission. We blew a couple things apart, and took some Nephilim off the earth because they needed to go because that was bad. And I mean, he's letting us, you know, and helping us do the cleanup, but he's not gonna fucking give us spirit back until we fucking fix ourselves. And then, you know, of course, we all know what the fuck that means. Lucy's got to do his job, man. You got to get fixed, you know. But these people at this point were terrified. You gotta remember that thing lasts about 1,000 years. These people come out just a couple generations later fucked up. They don't have ancestral memories about that time when there was such good things. It's just a myth to them. Because we didn't write that shit down. Well, somebody did, but we didn't. Yep. And they call us liars. They sure do. And the ones that call us liars are most of the Christians. You know? They always point fingers at each other. They're all the same religion. Every single one of them's all the same religion. It's just, you know, different aspects of the same law. It's actually a really simple law. The law is just the law of consistency. But it's not just the law of consistency. You need an actual intimate understanding of yourself. And that means you cannot be contradictory in yourself. It's not just, you know, look, I don't actually know what it's like to be one of these people. So I just see it. So if I sound like I'm caricaturing somebody, I'm sorry, but I don't know how to fucking explain it better. But they're just like, well, I don't know what the truth is, you know. Well, then fucking don't talk to me. Like, that sentence didn't even make sense. You don't know what the truth is that true? Like, you can't even try, you know, if you start off like that. But that is actually also what came out, you know. Fuck with them. Oh, but they chased us. Oh, man. At first, we had some good people. I don't know where they went, actually. We got kind of trapped. Then here comes these fuckers. We actually had them enslaved. But now, I'll admit, my ancestors and me never did that combat shit. We weren't in that. So we just ended up going into hiding. We didn't even come out until 1609. Yeah. 1609. Yep. And we came out to the modern world and saw technology. And we're like, well, fuck, let's see what this is, Because we're just tired of running. A lot of us were like that. The Hebrews were smart. Real smart. Those dudes, man. Man, they kept the path. They kept the path back to the law. That's how they got it. The art. Beautiful people. Absolutely beautiful. Buried their history, too. Those guys did. They encrypted a language in Hebrew. A beautiful language that was similar to Aramaic in the way that it was actually designed. Man, it was fucking so smart. But it was encrypted, though, because they had to fight with these fucking pagans and Philistines, all this fucking shit. Not the Philistines, but, all these fucking... Yeah, it was the Philistines. It was them, yeah. But they had... Oh, man, there was just so many tribes in this fucking area, man. And the Hebrews were really just trying to find a place they could kick it. That shit was fucked up, man. I meet them too. I don't know those dudes. They were fucking good people, man. Like, they were really good people. They're the only motherfuckers on the planet who had the heart. Joshua's bad. Joshua was a bad motherfucker. I don't give a fuck what you think you know from the Bible. Meet that man. There was certainty in him made of iron. Man, he's scary, and that's a human being. And, by the way, he was short as fuck. I'm a fucking foot taller than him. I would keep a distance. It was weird. He had this aura that came off him. It would push you back, But that's because he was ready for war every fucking second of every fucking day I ever fucking met him, which was about 6 years. But yeah, speaking of which, that is when he started going around that fucking castle. Man, we all heard about that. Knowing him, he wasn't lying about shit. By the way, that fucking wall is still there today. It has this big fucking hole in it. They don't know how the fuck it got there. I fucking do. I saw him do it. Man, it was so beautiful because I haven't seen God do anything in like fucking 1.5 years, Yeah, they just don't know. Today they think they're stupid. They say it, When you say your ancestors were stupid, and you think you're the height of it, but you don't know how you got to be the height of it, man, you're kind of fucking up, because that's not a very consistent philosophy, Oh, yeah, so there were these two liars. Yeah. This is a story about them two liars that came out of Yuga. I'm going to make this story fun for you. I know that was a long preface, but it's very, very important background for what's about to occur.
What were their names?
I can tell you the name of these two liars.
Betty and Greg.
I'm just going to tell you.